Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto Channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. SEC officially charges crypto firms Gemini and Genesis for sale of unregistered securities. SEC officials say both Genesis and Gemini engaged in a partnership and embraced activities that constitute the charges of offering and selling unregistered security. Although Genesis was the issuer, the officials stated both parties are liable. Now, I feel Gary is working way above his authority, and I think he wants to tear the whole crypto space apart right now. But at the same time, he's holding back U.S. innovation, and it looks like some people are starting to take notice. Love the last part. See you soon, SEC Gov. Let's see if this ends up being good for the American people. Ripple is. Over the last 2 years under the Biden administration, financial regulators have created a complicated, overburdensome, and often arbitrary regulatory structure that has stifled economic growth and hindered small business job creation, all while failing to protect Americans from bad actors. The Congressman Bill Huizenga also went on to say, I'm honored to serve as the chairman of the House Financial Services Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee in the 118th Congress. I want to thank Chairman McHenry for his trust and confidence in driving our committee's oversight and investigative agenda. I look forward to leading the fight against the administration's repeated attempts to ignore congressional oversight. Today is a good day for the American people and a bad day for bureaucrats in Washington. And I believe Gary needs to be reined in. He's not only hurting Ripple, he's hurting the entire U.S. with that lawsuit because it's holding the U.S. back in innovation compared to other countries. And I believe Gary is about to find out that they know all about his corruption as well. Hopefully he gets taken down or just leaves office at some point. He's not doing any of us any favors by being there. Yes, it's the XRP ledger that handles transactions per second. And yes, the XRP ledger can handle more than 1,500 transactions per second, even higher than 100,000 transactions per second with payment channels, as we see here. Now, anytime somebody says there's going to be an alternative to XRP or an alternative to Ripple, some kind of government alternative or JP Morgan alternative, I believe it's already been written. I believe everything was worked out a long time ago. I believe this case is just meant to delay XRP until the right time. I'm going to talk more about that in this video. So Ripple's CTO suggests Flare networks used and dumped the XRP community. Now, I couldn't believe David even mentioned this or talked about this. It was actually shocking to me because I see a lot of hope with Flare. So in a Twitter thread today, Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz opined that Flare networks use the XRP community to gain notoriety and discard them afterwards. I feel bad saying this, Schwartz wrote. I love the project and want the best for it and want to believe the best about it. But my honest opinion is that they leveraged the XRP community to grow and weaken their promises drastically when they felt they didn't need it anymore. Now, Brad talked totally different about Flare. He talked about how Flare is going to add utility to XRP, how XRP will grow in value thanks to Flare. So now I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know what to think about it because David Schwartz, he's usually pretty right on with things at times. But Brad is very transparent as well. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments down below. Ripple to become the Amazon of crypto by 2025, Brad Garlinghouse. And I want to just point out a few things here. So Garlinghouse mentioned Amazon's epic growth and how it started out as an online bookseller before it made a pivot and began to dominate e-commerce. He envisions a similar potential for Ripple, although he does say that the first and foremost Ripple is solving cross-border payments. I hope that in 5 years we're not just Amazon Books, but we're Amazon. He says it's difficult to envision just where the crypto market will be in 5 years, but he sees Ripple growing much larger and providing real solutions for customers. Ripple has been partnering with many strategic companies like SBI, MoneyGram, Industries and Saudi Arabian British Bank to increase its market share and influence in the remittance and cross-border payments industry. And again, we watched so much growth happen for Ripple all through the year of 2022. And 2022 was a terrible year. If you held through 2022, you can hold until you get rich because everything moving forward from now looks like it's going to be much better. I think that case against Ripple is going to end very soon. I think Ripple's most likely definitely going to win because I'm going to point that out why I feel that way in this video. But on top of that, you also have ISO and CBDCs, which we also know Ripple's going to play a major role in as well. ISO 222 will allow more information to move with payments and ultimately will facilitate payments moving between legacy networks, such as SWIFT and emerging payment gateways like MasterCard, Ripple, or R3's Corda. However, adoption is complicated and many banks are not looking to migrate until 2025. Now, I feel the early migration will happen, and as bigger banks start to realize those banks are getting ahead of them somehow, some way, I think migration will happen much sooner. Judge Annalise Torres will understand the messages came from 78,000 XRP holders worldwide and 15 amicus briefs in this Ripple case. God bless the judge to make a rightful decision soon. We endured enough pain, suffering, and financial loss at the hand of the SEC over the past 2 years. Now, a lot of people feel that there's going to be some sort of corruption going on. So I don't know. She was appointed by Obama. Gensler was appointed by Biden. Now, that could be looked at in two different ways. Some people feel like the current administration is trying to hold XRP back, trying to give China the upper hand. But I don't know because of this. So-called President Biden is a World Economic Forum puppet, 100%. Klaus Schwab and the big guy were planning their great reset for a long time. Here's Joe Biden at the time Obama's vice president, giving the keynote speech on mastering the fourth industrial revolution in Davos in 2016. And we still know Biden is on board with the World Economic Forum. So boom, Brad Garlinghouse is a board member at the World Economic Forum. Brad is sitting with them. And you're saying to me that they won't use XRP. Which other crypto CEO is a board member at the World Economic Forum? No one is. It's only Brad. So if the World Economic Forum is on board with XRP and Ripple, and we know how much influence the World Economic Forum has right now. It's disgusting because most of those people were just put in office. They weren't even fully elected. But yet that tells me that everything's pushing forward with XRP in the background. Come on, guys. IMF, World Economic Forum, and other Fourth Industrial Revolution agencies are controlling SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. They initiated the lawsuit and they will end it when it's time to flip the switch. That's exactly how I feel about it. That's what I believe is coming. The reason I feel that way is there's too many connections. Look at Rosie Rios. Look at Barr, also tied to the Fed. And then you look at the political ties with the World Economic Forum as well. I believe everything points towards Ripple and XRP. XRP records strong price performance, becomes third crypto asset by trading volume on Binance. And we see here, it bears to mention that in the past week, XRP trading volume has continued to spike across various trading platforms, including Binance and KuCoin. Earlier this week, XRP ranked as fifth cryptocurrency with the highest 24-hour trading volume on Binance. Interestingly, cryptocurrency users have continued to show massive interest in XRP. At the time of this writing this line, XRP is now the third coin with the highest 24-hour volume on Binance. Why is that happening? Because I believe people are starting to wake up and realize Ripple's about to win this case. And when they do, XRP is absolutely going to go full on parabolic. We're going to see massive green candles show up all of a sudden. Study on the possible harms of gas stoves was founded by the Rocky Mountain Institute, a World Economic Forum partner that makes money off consulting on low carbon solutions and pushing green energy transitions. And again, because of Ripple's ties with the World Economic Forum, how bullish Ripple is on carbon credits and everything else around the World Economic Forum agenda, that tells me that this case is a sham. I still believe the World Economic Forum and the IMF and everyone else that's tied to Ripple somehow, some way, or talks about Ripple is really running the show. So, Bitcoin named dirtiest crypto of 2022 in carbon emissions. Out of the 10 cryptocurrencies in the market, capitalization, XRP used the least energy per transaction last year. Polygon Network registered the second highest CO2 emissions per transaction. When they start talking about like this about certain cryptocurrencies and carbon emissions, you need to pay attention to that if you hold Bitcoin. I'm telling you, it has no purpose in the future. It has no use case, and they will regulate it out. It's a matter of time. Peter Schiff urges investors to sell Bitcoin amidst $19,000 price. Now, I don't know if I would sell my Bitcoin if I did hold it, but I would sell it after the next massive run up. And I do believe Bitcoin has one more massive run up. It's when the US dollar starts to really fall in value. That's what will give Bitcoin its next run. Now, if the dollar starts gaining strength, then I would push away from Bitcoin only because I believe then we might start looking at a utility run at some point instead. It might start off with Ripple winning the lawsuit. So the world's most popular cryptocurrency is on a high start to the new year, but one of the biggest gold bugs in the industry is championing its high as a chance to get out. Peter Schiff has taken to Twitter to urge investors to sell Bitcoin amidst its rising $19,000 price. But most people probably bought above $19,000. Most people probably went all in when it was somewhere around $40,000, $50,000, or maybe even closer to the top. That's why I always tell you, if you're a retail investor, you got to pay attention to narratives in the market. You know, when you see Christine Lagarde saying Bitcoin's going to become irrelevant, and you start seeing the massive campaigns around carbon usage and things like that, that's what you got to look at, because Bitcoin has no utility. What's going to drive the next run if it's pushed down by a narrative of it being no good or no longer relevant? That's what it comes down to. And I'm looking out for the retail investor. I could care less about the institutional money that's trapped in Bitcoin. Screw them. Those people always seem to not lose a dime somehow, some way, through bailouts or whatever the case may be. But the retail investor always takes the hit. We've seen that with FTX. We've seen it with Luna. We've seen it time and time again over the years inside of crypto. That's why I'm telling you, if you're a retail investor stuck in Bitcoin, once you get to profit, get away from it. Get into utility while you still can. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.